I hope that y'all are making the most of this day. I wanted to make a quick public advisory on why it's not necessary to ever yell, okay? And I used to be a yeller, okay? When my kids were small, sometimes I would be yelling. When I was a new wife, sometimes I'd be yelling, okay? But as I matured, I realized, God doesn't yell at us. I mean, the prodigal son went as far as to say, Dad, give me my money. I want it now. And he left. And when he came back dirty and broke, and his father ran outside, he didn't say, oh, I told you so, you ungrateful, whatever. He didn't do that, right? So if he didn't do that, and if we are made in the image of God, then that means that we don't have to do that either. And not only do we not have to do it, we shouldn't do it. One thing that you'll get to know about me is that even if it's something that I have dealt with, I don't have any problems talking about the fact that something is wrong and that it's something that we need to discontinue. For instance, yelling, because I want to see us, meaning myself and you, continue to develop toward our better selves. And that's a process. And yelling is one of those things that, if we catch ourselves yelling, what I do is if I notice that I'm starting to raise my voice when I'm talking to somebody, especially like with my kids, because I don't yell at adults, but we always feel that it's okay to yell at our kids. I mean, I'm guilty of that too. I've been guilty of that. But what I've come to learn is that even if you're in the process of catching yourself yell, you can still save the situation. What do I mean by saving the situation? Well, let's think about what happens when we do decide to yell, okay? We can hurt the other person. We can make them angry unnecessarily. We can cause them to shut down, so now there's no communication. We can cause them to feel like they're less, they're dumb, like they've made the biggest mistake. We can make them feel like they can't come to us. These are all of the negative impacts that are possible when we yell at our kids. Now, we can help to kind of rectify the situation if we notice that we have begun to yell by apologizing first and saying, you know what, even if they're wrong about what they did, say, okay, while what you did was wrong, I need to apologize for yelling at you. Okay, let's start over. It can be that simple. And then you can start processing what is the message you're trying to convey to your child. And then start to work your way toward conveying or communicating that idea to your child in a way that's more respectful. Kids are people, so we should respect children just like we expect them to respect us, okay? That do as I say and not as I do thing, that's not even a thing. It should have never been a thing. So, long story short, we don't need to yell. And if it's something we need to work on, then we need to work on it. I'm thankful that now I can say, I don't remember when last I've yelled at my child, but I will say that when I do catch myself raising my voice, that I do practice this exercise. Okay, I say, I'm sorry that I started yelling at you. While what you did might not have been the right thing, let's start over, okay? And then being that, and here's the thing, to be diplomatic, since you may have started the yelling, that's an offense. So to show goodwill to your child, you can say, okay, is there anything you'd like to say while I process this situation, and let them speak. Use that opportunity of a silence to not only hear what they're saying, but to calm yourself down. After you've heard what they said, process what they've said. Ask them questions if you're not clear about what they mean. And then respectfully, okay, and firmly, but respectfully, tell them what needs to be said, okay? So I encourage you to cut yelling out of your communication diet. Just cut it out. It's not needed. It's not good for any relationship, because what it conveys is that you don't respect the person enough to believe that they can understand what you're saying without coming at them. Okay, they are intelligent, just like you are intelligent. Speak to them with respect, and it also shows that you love and care for them. Love and blessings to you today. This is your coach and your realtor, Leslie Wynn. Make it a great day, make the most of every moment, and make the most of every dollar.